It's pretty simple, really. Like this is like the biggest no-brainer ever, and I'm surprised people are like so skeptical about it. Basically, it's a no-brainer. There's no fee, there's no account minimum, there's no penalties. It's literally just, it's a savings account, and you get a
Facility
4.3% interest. Like
powering up.
let's just call it like a 4% interest rate on the money you put in there. So you put in $100, you get $4 the next year.
Hope you don't mind when I
If you
have
put in
you for
$100 in
company.
your bank account, you don't get $4, you get like 1 penny or maybe 10 cents.
Let's
So,
get
it's just
cracking.
more interest. That's what it is.
Systems online in 10 seconds.
Does it have bank to bank transfer? Yeah, it
5,
does. I mean, how else are you
4,
gonna get money in there?
3,
I transfer money
2,
from my BOA
1.
account into my Wealthfront. So the only
Facility
downside
online.
that I
So
know
it
of is
begins.
these newer services, such as online banking services, essentially, um, like Wealthfront, Ally. They offer you higher interest rates. Um, and the only downside I've really found is that they don't have physical locations, right? So it's not like a Bank of America is no physical location. So basically, when you want your money, you just have to, move it from Wealthfront into your Bank of America or whatever you use, and it'll take like 2-3 days. That's it. That's the only downside I've found. Maybe it takes you 2 or 3 days more to get your money, but you're getting 4% interest rate instead of 0.01, which is an insane upside item.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no problem,
The
Limit.
beacons are energizing. You have to control them.
Yeah, it's government insured, and if the government, if you don't get your money back because the government is defaulting on what they're insuring, then you got bigger problems than losing your money. Right? Yeah, exactly. So FDIC insured is government insured. And if you're worried that doesn't that's the same thing as your banks, right? So like, it's like if you somehow lose your money here,
The beacons have
you would have
activated.
lost it in your banks
Control them.
as well because that is
Let this work.
literally the highest form of insurance we have in the US. And you better start heading for nuclear bunkers or something. So it's very safe. Yeah, they are. When are they gonna push through a student loan forgiveness? I have no idea, but last I heard it's like infinite stalled in court or something, and most people think it's not happening. That's like the general vibe that I've heard. I don't really follow it super closely though.
First blood.
But that's the general vibe I've been getting from the headlines about that. Even 1% is pretty big just having your money sit there. Yeah, exactly. So the beautiful thing about this, and this is also why I invest in the stock market for so, is that with stuff like interest rate, no matter where you get it, right? Whether it be a savings account or a CD or the stock market, or even like interest on your house, right? Like you buy a house and the price appreciates. Like the beautiful thing about that is like you're not working for that money, right? So like the way the most finance people describe it is like if you truly want to get to a level where you are financially independent, you don't need to work a job anymore, you can just retire, do whatever you want.
Hero slain.
If for most people to get to that level, like the the best way is to make your money work for you, which is interest, essentially, right? You got 4% interest, you're making money while you're sleeping at night. You're making money while you're playing that HOTS game, right? You're making money while you're eating out. It's just there. It's just as time passes, your money works for you. You make more money, you're not doing anything. That's the most beautiful thing about interest in general. The other option is you have to trade your time for money, right? Which is working. And there's only so much time anyone has. So that option is always very limiting. It is hard constraint. obviously you need both. Like you can't like not work, you know, if you're young and especially. But
Select a talent.
yeah, it's much better to have both than only have one. Why is USA the only country with no public education for universities or healthcare? I think we do have public universities, right? But even then, you have to like pay for them. I don't know. Ask the politicians, man. What do you guys think? Good question. Unless interest rate hits 8%. Yeah, so interest rate did hit 8%, but for you that changes nothing, right? For you, like it essentially doesn't change your, it shouldn't change your decision about whether you would want to invest or whether you want interest or not, because if you don't have a savings account, then you're losing 8% of your money per year. And if you do have one, you're losing 4% of your money per year, right? So essentially, it shouldn't influence your decision. You're still far better off losing the smaller number than the bigger number. Don't talk, muting you. Step on point. You piece of shit! You dare tell me to step on the point? Muted. Acting like you know what's going on up here. Alright, understandable. God damn, dude. People will be, people are, they're on thin ice in this game, huh? No chill.
Excellent. The enemy will have to deal with a much larger wave of Zerg than we will.
Got good stacks though. How much can you transfer without getting flagged by the RS? What do you mean? You shouldn't be getting flagged by, like, it should be unlimited essentially. Like, why would the RS flag you? Okay, if you transfer money into Wealthfront, it's like moving money from like one bank account to another bank account. Why would the IRS flag you for moving money from one bank account? Like, it's almost the same as like moving, you know, money from your checkings account to your savings account, even at the same bank. It's just a transfer. Unless all that money was like from smuggled drugs or something, then you're on your own. I don't know. But like, if it's legit money, the IRS has nothing to do with transferring your own money between bank accounts. Oh wait, I mean, I guess if you have like, okay, if you have like $100 million, right?
Goodness.
And you make $4 million a year off of the 4% interest, then yeah, you're gonna have to pay taxes on that. Like, there's like some kind of tax you have to pay for that, just like everything else. Like, I don't know exactly how small that number is where it doesn't get reported to the IRS. I don't actually know that. I'm not sure. If that's what you're saying. Oh, any transfers greater than 10k are flagged by the IRS. But is it 10k at one time? Can you do like 9999 and then 9999 and just keep doing that and it never gets flagged, or you can? Oh, okay. Alright, my bad. I'm not a big, you know, I'm not a pro on IRS evasion. I do not have experience with that. Some of y'all probably know better than I. I'll defer to you guys for that one. Why did I pick
Enemy
Gust?
hero terminated.
Yeah, well, maybe I can do some Infinite Gust.
Beacons are recharging. The Zerg are growing agitated.
Yeah, even if it's flagged, it's like it shouldn't matter, right? Like, if it's not like drug smuggled money, they'll just look at it. They'll just be like, okay, like they don't. There's nothing wrong with transferring over $10,000 to your other bank account.
Select a talent.
If you got some drug smuggled money though, good luck. You probably shouldn't be asking me advice for how to keep that safe.
Haste toward the beacons. They're up and
I feel
running.
like you should probably look that up yourself. You ever play your BTGM not on stream? No. I'll pretty much never. If I'm not streaming, it's not me. There's like 1 million other players with the player account. So if I'm not streaming, it's almost certainly not me. Oh yeah, that's fair, some dunk. That's fair, yeah.
Kill confirmed.
I'm not like, you know, I'm not like the United States Department of Economics, by the way. I'm telling you guys information to the best of not my knowledge. And I think my financial knowledge is generally like pretty high compared to most people. But yeah, I don't know everything for sure. It's all the best of my knowledge. Do your own research. Maybe I get something slightly wrong or something. You never know.
No, no, no. Most of the Zerg are headed this way. Do something.
When do they tax the money on a bank account? It's only the interest. Yeah, they don't tax the money on a bank account. See, the fact that you're even confused about that is why I'm telling you guys all this, right? Because in your bank account, you get 0.01% interest. So you have like $100,000 in your bank account, and your interest is like 10 cents. It's like 10 cents or something, right? So like, or $1. So you never get taxed because your bank is ripping you off because you're not making any money. You don't even probably know what the interest is. However, if you have $100,000 in, let's say, this Wealthfront account that's offering you 4.3%, then you're making $4,300 instead of 10 cents, right? So that is income for you, and that $4,003 would be taxed like any other income you get would be taxed. I think I'm doing my math right. Pretty sure that's the right math. Opium. Only hit an unstoppable Diablo. Unlucky. How much interest is in a savings account versus a checkings account? So checkings accounts usually have no interest, I believe. It's usually nothing. I could be speaking out of... I'm pretty sure that's true. Okay, usually checkings account is like 0.00, okay? And like a savings account is like 0.01. Like it depends on which one you're using. But like this is a very common setup for most major banks. So basically you're getting nothing either way. And you don't even know it. I mean, I guess you do know it. You know your money in the bank account's not going up by itself. It's just staying the same number, right? But you don't know that you could be getting way more. So that's why I'm telling you guys this.
Power spike from the beacons.
I'm trying to educate y'all that you could be getting way more. Risk-free. It's not risky, you know, it's not stocks. It's just a savings account.
Select a talent. Fort destruction complete.
Oh, I see what you did there. That was a good try. That was a good try, buddy. You thought I was gonna keep walking forward? Maybe if I was bronze, I would,
We don't
but
want to face angry Zerg.
I'm not walking forward. To that. Good try.
Enemy hero terminated.
It's something. Yeah, it's something. Any battlegrounds tonight? We'll have to see Valencia. Probably not, but you never know. You never know.
Oh dear, here come the Zerg. Fewer than the enemies, but whatever that's worth.
You use the Wealthfront code even if you have an existing Wealthfront account? I don't think so. I think what you might be able to do though is you might be able to just like transfer your money out and then close your Wealthfront account, because if you just have a normal Wealthfront savings account, there's no penalties, right? So like there's no penalty to close one, no penalty to open one. So if you want the higher interest rate, you could literally just transfer your money out, close your account, and then make another one. And your new one, I'm pretty certain would have the high interest rate.
Escape! We shall return later.
I guess you could try it. I don't really know if it works or not. Maybe it works. I don't know. You could try with your existing one. My guess is that wouldn't work though. It'd be kind of weird if it did.
We are clear of the Zerg. Huh. Who designed this ramshackle facility? Oh wait, I did.
Quickly, help me.
Yeah, the ETC is not having the best moshes. I respect the fact that he's trying, though. You know, gotta give him a A for effort. You hear if you transfer more than $600 on Venmo, the IRS needs a 1099.
Hero slain.
I think that one depends. Like if you're transferring it to yourself, I don't think that's the case. Like that depends if that's money you're making or if that's money you're transferring to yourself. If you're just transferring money to yourself, then I don't think you need it. But if that's money other people sent you, like if that's income, then yeah, over 600 you need a
Select
1099.
a talent.
Here we go again. The
Who's
beacons
voting
are
for this
powering up.
garbage? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever politicians are in office, I guess. Whatever politicians, go look them up. You can look them up.
To the skies! Fight alongside me.
The beacons are active once again. Control them before the enemy does.
Enemy defeated.
Speaking of, this is kind of funny. I don't really know how it happened, but my understanding of the events from a person that has not looked into it that much. There was the Inflation Reduction Act, right? There was like that IRA bill, and I think the taxes was like part of that. Like that, I believe that was part of that Inflation Reduction bill, which does not actually reduce inflation.
Triple kill.
Part of that bill, I remember, was like there's gonna be like it's like funding for like 80,000 more IRS agents or something. I vaguely remember something like this.
I want to take this mercenary camp.
And then I remember like a lot of headline articles were saying stuff like, actually I think maybe it was Biden. It might have been Biden or something. It was like someone really high up saying like, oh, these 80,000 guys, like we're going after people with like 4 million income and more. If you're making less than 4 million, don't worry about it. You'll be good. Oh my god. I think I remember something like that. Bro, are you just gonna...
Seems we have fewer Zerg to deal with than our enemy. That's some small comfort at least.
Yes. That's right, you better shut your mouth. If you were gonna make some stupid ass comment at me, blame me for dying in the boss AoE when you were the one that died in it, oh, I would have ripped you a new one. I would have ripped you a new one. You just sit and boss attack. It's okay.
Enemy keep annihilated.
Looks like I'm gonna have to rip him a new one after all. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the 87,000 IRS agents thing, right? I'm pretty sure Biden said, like, don't worry guys. We're only going after the people with like 4 million plus in income. Those are the guys that should be worried. And then like, I think like shortly after that bill passed, this $600 thing happened. Where it's like, they're now requiring anyone that makes $600 anywhere from like PayPal, Venmo, like that stuff has to be reported now. I think the previous limit was like 10K, and now it's like 600. So, so now there's like all these article headlines that were like, wait a minute, were they really after the 4 million plus people? Because this new thing is like, this new thing doesn't seem like it's after the 4 million plus people. This new thing seems like they're after the people that are just like barely making ends meet. Like the people that make, you know, like $600 to $10,000 on PayPal, probably running like some side job or whatever. Feels bad, man. Does reporting mean it's taxed for sure? I'm not 100% sure, but my understanding of the IRS is all income is taxed. So if you report it, it's taxed. Isn't that how it works? There is no income that is not taxed, right? That's what I thought. How it... Like the rate at which you get taxed depends on how much you make, but to my knowledge, all income is taxed. To some degree. Yeah, the only time it's not taxed is when you don't report it. That's what I thought. Once again, I'm not, you know, the head of the IRS though. Maybe I'm missing something. It's just the best of my knowledge.
Looks like the beacons are reactivating.
Oh my god, I didn't make it out. Oh wait, I'm out. I'll go.
Hero slain.
Like you need a visit to the healing fountain.
There! The beacons! Capture them!
Yes, all income is taxed. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. So previously, the PayPal income is not taxed because you don't have to report it. So like if you know under 10,000. So like if you made like $9,000 on PayPal, like PayPal just doesn't report it. They don't send anything to the government, so you don't get taxed on that unless you report it yourself, which I'm assuming no one really does because why would you, right? But now PayPal has to send the form to the government if it's for any number above 600. So like you guarantee getting taxed on that now. Yeah, it's always supposed to be taxed, yeah. Of course. But a lot of times there's a big gap between how the world is supposed to work and, you know, how things are actually working.
The Zerg headed our way are much more numerous than the other batch, and I'm trapped in here. Save me!
Hell yeah!
actually turned out to be a very good thing that I picked Gust this game. We probably would have lost without Gust this game. Oh, wait. Mainline Mosh combos. Yeah, I always report everything because
Safe out there now?
I have like
Yes.
perma PTSD from the IRS for something that was like not even my fault. But there's like a lot of people that don't report everything. Like it's extremely common to hear stories from like mom and pop restaurant owners that accept cash only, right? Like why do you think like in Berkeley, oh my god, when I went to Berkeley, basically every restaurant there was a mom and pop shop and basically everyone was cash only. Like why do you think they're cash only? Because they're not reporting that shit. Like it's very common. And like other people said, yeah, no one reports income from like a yard sale. You got like 20 bucks there. Like ain't nobody gonna bother to put that on a tax return, right? So it's like more common.
I'm heading back, and so
But yeah,
should
of
you.
course you're supposed to be reporting all of it. But yeah, I have PTSD with the IRS because when I won BlizzCon in 2015, dude, this shit was so stupid. Like I feel like it just took like 2 years off of my life, and it wasn't even my fault. You know, when I won BlizzCon in 2015, like the first place prize was 200k, right? So it was like 40k for each player. And like Blizzard double reported that. Like they, oh my god, like I don't even understand how they managed to do that. Like how? The way Blizzard reported it was like they sent 2 tax forms. One was from Blizzard Entertainment saying I got $40,000, and then another one was from ESL, like or Turtle Rock Entertainment, which was like the third party people that ran the tournament that they outsourced it to. Yeah, you guys probably all seen ESL. They run a bunch of random esports tournaments. And like ESL also said I got $40,000. So like I only got $40,000, you know, like I didn't get $80,000, but they reported it from 2 sources, and the IRS is like, yo, you got $80,000 this year. You only paid taxes for 40. You owe us $20,000 extra in taxes, by the way. And I was like a poor ass college student with no money, you know? And I was like, what the hell? What do you mean? Imagine just being a honest, diligent taxpayer, and then the IRS sending you forms demanding 20k plus, saying you never paid your tax. I'm like, what? It took like a year for me to completely figure out what's going on and like send a bunch of letters to them explaining what's going on, and then they don't understand what the hell a tournament is, so I gotta like, that shit was so stressful. It took like 2 years off my life. Blizzard, please. No, I think it was only me. Like I asked my other teammates, and I don't think they were in that scenario. To my knowledge, it was only me.
Kill confirmed.
But also to my knowledge, I feel like I've been the only person that like really like either I'm just like really dumb and I just don't use any legal tax loopholes, or I'm the only one not scamming the IRS. Okay, just like stuff like this keeps happening. Wait, in like 2018 or 2017, when I was on Temple Storm and I was on a team with like Som and June, we made the exact same amount of money, right? Like it should have been pretty much identical, almost to the last dollar, because we all got the same income from we're on the same team, right? We get the same salary from Temple Storm, we win the same tournaments, so we get the exact same amount of money from Blizzard, right? And I was like, holy shit, guys, I gotta pay like 20k in taxes this year. I was like, how much you paying, Som? And he's like, what the hell? I'm only paying like 5k. I'm like, what? How you 25K. And he's like, I don't know. I just gave my stuff to like a family accountant, you know, the family account. I'm like, oh, okay.
MVP.
And then I asked June, I'm like, dude, I gotta pay like 20% in taxes. I think I made like 80K that year, which makes sense. That's like 25% tax or something, 20, somewhere around there. And June's like, I think it was like 6K or something. I'm like, what? What? I'm like, how are you only paying 6K? And June's like, well, my mom has an accountant. And I'm like, family account? Where is my family accountant? I'm paying